it's me, Seth Rogen, here at Granville Island in Vancouver, British Columbia. Right behind me is the former site of the Emily Carr University of Art and Design. But for the next 8 weeks, it's where 10 potters will be facing off in the most extraordinary ceramics competition show that this country has ever seen. And I will be there every single step along the way. Actually, that's not true.
Hi, I'm Jen Robertson, and I'll be your host.
She will actually be here every step along the way.
This is the Great Canadian Pottery Throwdown.
We've combed Canada to find 10 of the nation's most passionate potters.
Never in my wildest dream I expected to be like here right now.
Filled with so many emotions. They're all bubbling up. They're all fighting to get out. Really excited to get started here.
They've come from far and wide to prove that they can throw it down under pressure.
I cannot believe I am here doing this. Like, these are the best potters in Canada. This is great.
People see me and they don't think potter right off the bat. So yeah, I would like to break the mold a little bit.
Each week, they'll be asked to turn lumps of clay into stunning ceramics.
High fives.
I love clay, and so to be here with other potters that feel the same, this is fabulous.
If I can channel all my nerves just into excited energy, I think I'll do okay.
Everything they create in clay will be judged by award-winning sculpture ceramicist Brendan Tang.
As you turn it around, I'm seeing like all these moments that are really wonderful.
Sick.
He'll be joined at the judging table by top ceramicist and educator Natalie Waddell. And they'll be joined by none other than actor, writer, director, and most importantly, potter, Seth Rogen.
Yeah, everything survived, right?
Everything survived. Thick spots and thin spots.
Okay, get back to work.
So are these potters ready?
Uh-oh. I went through the bottom.
Oh, I can't see.
To test their skills at the wheel
I'm cooking here.
and push themselves to new limits every week?
We're starting to move into sheer terror at this point.
Hot, hot, hot.
It's a long day on your feet. It's a long day hands in clay.
God, I'm angry.
Oh, no.
And who will be named champion?
I love the little cars. They're so cool.
One of the most wild experiences of my life.
This exploded.
Not good. You're competing against yourself and also against the kilns, always.
Of the Great Canadian Pottery Throwdown.
So the ones that do stand out, they really do stand out.
Oh!
I'm excited to see it. Oh, wow!
Each week, our potters will have 2 challenges thrown their way, a main make and a second challenge, which will put their technical skills to the test. Only then will our judges decide who will be our potter of the week and who will be heading home.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the very first season ever of the Great Canadian Pottery Throwdown. I am Jennifer Robertson. I will be your host. I will be your cheerleader and your all-around pottery fangirl.
I don't know about y'all, but I am super excited to be here.
And I'm looking forward to seeing some amazing pottery.
We also have a special guest judge.
Ooh.
This gentleman is a passionate potter. He is the pride of Vancouver, and he's also one of the executive producers of the show. Please welcome Mr. Seth Rogen.
No way.
Hi! Thank you.
He's here. Oh my God. Let's get this clay party started, shall we? For your very first main make challenge, our judges would like you to create a tribute to your hometown, be it where you were born or where you live now.
We want you to use techniques that you're really comfortable with, but because it's the pottery throwdown, the largest piece of it has to be wheel thrown.
You will be judged on your concept, creativity, and your execution of your technical skills.
Awesome.
We really wanted to give you all the opportunity to express yourselves, and I'm excited to get to know all of you better through your work.
You have 6 hours to make and refine your hometown tribute. And that 6 hours starts now. Potters get potting.
Okay, got a wedge.
Clay is not very easy to work with. It takes brute force.
Before they begin their hometown tributes, the potters must wedge their clay, a kneading process designed to remove air bubbles and maintain a consistent texture.
Kiefer, I need your arms right now.
They'll then have 3 hours to throw and sculpt their pieces, and another 3 hours to trim and refine each of their items.
Ooh, that's a powerful wheel.
What?
The potter's 4-day epic process will begin by throwing the largest part of their piece on the wheel.
I'm making a platform for my piece to go on. It's gonna look a little bit like a chip and dip.
For big stuff, you just honestly just gotta center the bottom, because the bottom is where all the problems happen.
The inspiration for my work is Trinidad and Tobago, sometimes we say Trinbago. I'm bringing together the things that really make Trinidad sing.
I'm making a closed-form apricot for my impossible apricot pie. There's a bakery in Kerrisdale. It's been there for over 80 years, and I just have really warm memories of my mom buying this pie.
The studio drying room is available throughout the challenge for the potters to get rid of moisture in their pieces so they can continue to refine.
I'm just trying to keep my cool.
This takes some of the moisture out, but it also will stick together better.
This form is going to be cut open to become a clamshell jar, an homage to my hometown, St. Andrews, New Brunswick, which is full of lots of seashells.
Then they'll be fired in the kiln at a heat of over 1,000 degrees Celsius for 24 hours, decorated with glaze, and fired again before being presented to the judges.
Off we go.
I'm loving the idea of hometown tribute.
Yeah, I made one, a tribute to my hometown of Vancouver. When I think of home, I think of two things. I think of the 3 mountains that you see when you look north, which are Grouse, Seymour, and Cypress, and I think of smoking a lot of weed. And so I made a bong that, when put on its side, represents the 3 mountains of Vancouver.
Oh,
and when put vertically, is a bong.
One caution is that I don't want to see is where one of the artists will just lean heavily into the form or just the glaze. It really has to be a nice blend of those 2 pairings.
We want elaborate, unique statement pieces. This array on the table here is a wonderful example of how different that can come across. I'm hoping that they're going to push themselves and that we'll be able to get some surprises.
Yeah.
Working on a tiny little hummingbird. And for my father, I'll say it's a copper-rumped hummingbird. So, he'll know.
Face stamps that I hope they look good.
Elsa.
Welcome, welcome.
From Mexico to Fredericton, tell us about this journey.
It's been quite a journey.
Originally from Mexico City, Elsa now lives in Fredericton, New Brunswick, where she's already found a close-knit community. Her hometown homage hemisphere will celebrate some of Mexico City's most famous sites.
This is upside down, so I'm gonna do just like a bottom fringe of people.
Amazing.
And so those are the people that you got?
That's my people.
There's your
yes.
people.
So great.
And then the little pyramid, and 2 of the most significant buildings in Mexico City. One's called the Pants. That's
Looks
funny.
like pants.
That's very funny. The tricky part is to try to do the eagle eating the snake on top of the cactus right in the center.
Wow, I couldn't do an eagle or a snake or a cactus, so one on top of the others.
Could you do the pants, though? You might be able to do it.
I can make pants.
Yeah.
What could I add? I don't want to add something stupid.
Though he currently lives in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Kiefer is originally from Kenora, Ontario, where he spent his youth fishing with his grandpa and uncle.
Nice.
He'll be creating a fish-printed serving platter which will honor the lakes and landscapes of his hometown.
Fishing is part of what molded me as a young man. You go out fishing with family, you grow close. So I wanted to do a fish platter. It's kind of bougie and sick.
I love that you've used the words bougie and sick.
I'm sculpting my kids, so I'm hopeful that my love will come through.
Jen is a substitute teacher and hockey coach and lives with her husband and 2 boys in Stonewall, Manitoba. She plans to depict her sons in 2 buildings close to home, the local hockey arena, as well as the barn on their rural property.
I'm from Manitoba, so I thought farming and then winter sports on the other side.
My whole family's from Winnipeg, so I think of mosquitoes.
Actually, they haven't been too bad this year. It's been good. Yeah, you can breathe.
Finally.
While Jen is using her boys as inspiration, Michael is incorporating some more unusual pieces of home.
So I've taken some rocks from my driveway and I wedged it into this piece of clay. As they fire in the kiln, they'll break and melt and should create an interesting surface texture.
Michael lives in Salisbury, New Brunswick with his husband and son. He's showcasing a variety of hometowns in a vase full of flowers representing the various provinces he lived in as a military child.
My son picked me flowers one day and I really cherished that moment. So I thought I would bring that together and create the provincial flowers of the places that I've lived.
Amazing.
It looks like you've added material to the clay as well.
It's a bunch of rocks that I picked up from my driveway.
Interesting.
So you've literally brought a piece of home to put into your piece today.
Yeah.
Lost it. Not good.
You know what you should do is leave that to dry
Yeah.
and throw another one while you have the chance.
That's a good idea. Thank you.
It's kind of a two pieces in one. There's the outer piece, and then when you open up the top of the clamshell, there's a whole other world inside.
Andrew is from Fredericton, New Brunswick, and when he isn't potting clay in his studio shed, you can find him doing potting of another kind. His Sea Breeze clamshell jar is a tribute to his great-great-grandparents' hometown seafood restaurant on the shores of St. Andrews.
This is my great-great-grandfather here.
Amazing. He's got a funny chef hat and everything.
Oh, yeah. Every family piece of lore is centered around this place.
That's beautiful.
I'm making a very tiny crab. I want to have him kind of skittering up the side.
Thomas lives in Toronto but grew up in Trinidad and Tobago and still takes pleasure in honoring his Caribbean roots. He'll be colorfully crafting a tribute to his native home with a bowl inspired by its national dish, callaloo.
I wanted to bring in some of the best features of Trinidad. People, environment, food. And so there's natural elements flowing with them. It's a carved steel pan, which is our national instrument, and really makes our soul sing.
It'll be really wonderful to see how you color them and add more detail into your elements in the bowl. They're just sort of these blank canvases waiting for adornment, depending on how flamboyant an interior we're going to be getting at the end.
Flamboyant.
It's a little bit bigger than I was expecting it to be, but I think it'll be okay.
Reinu is a high school art teacher who has a passion for working with chocolate just as much as clay. She'll be building a sign for her town of Olds, Alberta, in the style of popular tourist destinations.
All of these are thrown.
Is wheel throwing your jam?
Not at all.
Oh.
Not remotely. So I'm really glad that part's over.
Yeah.
Now the fun begins.
So here's the...
All these little details. The house is amazing.
Even though I was born in Alberta, I had never heard of Olds because
go.
it's tiny.
Well, everyone will know now.
Everyone will know now.
You are halfway through, Potters.
The potter's pieces must lose moisture and firm up before they can add any detail. So they hit the temperature-controlled drying room,
Oh, it's warm in here.
where they'll be lovingly looked after by our resident studio technician, Vin.
Thanks, Ben.
As our kiln expert, Vin will supervise the most perilous part of pottery, the firing process.
What are you feeling in this moment?
Honestly, that drying room is a house of horrors. I don't know what will happen there. It's the unknown. What's scarier than the unknown?
That's so true.
After hanging out in the drying room, the potter's hometown masterpieces are now leather hard, which means they're ready to be refined.
It is a little drier than I wanted it to be, but I'm going to do my best with it and try and get that clamshell texture on this piece.
Using sculpting tools, they'll be able to trim away any unwanted clay and carve the shape and texture of their final pieces.
Detailing my eagle, giving actually a look of an eagle and not a pigeon.
This is my time to shine now. I mean, this is what I enjoy. It's so fun.
Nope. Oh, no. Did not get it.
Susan is a retired art school teacher who lives in Surrey, BC with her husband and dog Rollo. She's creating an impossible apricot pie packed full of stone sculptures to represent the fond memories of her hometown of Kerrisdale, Vancouver.
The basis of my make is the apricot pie that's going to be the nest for these memories that are going to be illustrated with remembrance stones. This is not my normal to do, like, kind of cute things.
It looks great.
Thank you so much.
The Potters have been given a variety of different colored clays to use in their hometown creations.
And it is sprig time.
Nature lover Jackie spends most of her time outdoors and currently lives in Vancouver, BC. She'll be making a hometown tribute to show off her love of the landscape and wildlife of Richmond's West Dyke Trail.
Tell us about your piece.
Well, I'm representing Richmond, BC.
Oh, that's where I grew up.
You've got a marbling of different colored clays. I'm wondering if you have any concerns.
If the clays do have a significantly different shrinkage, it can make drying them without cracking a little challenging. But I've always been reckless with my marbling.
Hey, they say that about you.
Right now, I'm just shaping the fruit to give it more of an apple vibe.
20-year-old Alice is our youngest Potter and lives with her family in Penticton, BC. Alice is recreating the vintage growler her great Nana would store her homemade apple juice in, alongside watercolor-style painted cups and fruit.
The fruit looks amazing.
Yeah.
It looks
Thank
great so
you.
far. Yeah.
My great-grandparents had a magazine called the BC Orchardist.
That's a niche magazine.
It's very niche, yeah, definitely for fruit growers.
In BC.
You know. In BC.
And it's going to be like a still life kind of this little scene?
Yeah, exactly.
It's so nice.
That was the vision.
The Potters must focus on the finishing touches before they're ready for the first firing.
You have 30 minutes left in the hometown tribute.
You just stay. Yes, you can. Yes.
It's the moment of truth. Oh, yeah. Okay. Whew. I did it! Haha!
Doing it, doing it, doing it.
2 minutes. Potters, you have 2 minutes to get your beautiful objects to the drying room. Rainu's going in.
All right, I'm gonna head to the drawing room.
Thank you.
You're the closest, I understand. It's kind of like when you live near the airport, but still, you have to go. Our final piece is going in. 3, 2, 1. Boom!
The Potters now face a nail-biting wait. Once their pieces are completely dry, studio technician Vin will take them for their first bisque firing to harden the clay ready for decoration.
Elsa's work over here, we've got the eagle and the snake, and you can see that by the color change already, those are drying very quickly.
And it could cause some fissures or cracks that would potentially break the piece.
I don't know what just happened in there. But I made the piece on time, so I'm happy.
On to Michael. He's got very, very fine details, which is always a risk.
I think that, you do your best and sometimes you win and sometimes you lose.
The Potters will have to wait to discover whether their delicate hometown creations have survived the 1,000-degree heat of the kiln without cracking. Or worse, exploding completely. While the Potters wait in hope that their hometown tributes have survived their first firing in the kiln, they'll face a second challenge.
Potters, today's second challenge will be a throwdown. And we think that it's only fitting, seeing as this is your first one ever, that we have you make the first thing that Seth ever made. Seth?
All right.
Take it away, sir.
The first thing I ever made were ashtrays. It's a very simple, fundamental design. It actually just has to have a deep well and a little notch. At least one notch. Could have 100 notches if you find that you have that many friends. I'm gonna make a pretty small one. You can make humongous ones, though. Drill into the center. Give it this kind of curvy shape. And I kind of like to have like a little ridge on the bottom that kind of sticks out.
Nice.
I'm gonna dry this now a little bit. Now that it's leather hard, let's trim it a little bit. Cut my little notch. Make sure it's pretty straight. There you go. I'm gonna cut this off. I'm gonna make a little foot. When I'm not done, put a tiny little bit of slip in there, basically. Attach it like that. All right, time. Thank you.
Potters, your challenge is to make your own interesting and unique version of Seth's ashtray. You will be judged blindly, so this is the point where I invite Seth and Brendan and Natalie to please leave the room.
Okay.
Bye. Okay, you have 30 minutes to make your ashtray. That starts now. What is going to be your interpretation? Like, what's the Alice twist?
I'm just gonna make it a really kind of like bubbly shape.
That's fun.
That's the game plan.
Kiefer's the first on the wheel. Oh, Jackie's on the wheel now, too.
Jackie's on the wheel.
Jen's going on the wheel. Alice is on the wheel. This whole side is wheeling. Kiefer, what's your strategy?
Started off quickly.
Yeah.
But I might try another one. We'll see. But
You might try another one.
Yeah, I have the time.
Excellent. What's going to be the Thomas twist on this ashtray?
Adding a little bit more bulbous energy to it.
Yeah.
A little bit more swelling out. I'm trying to just make the form a little bit more playful.
Okay.
To suit
Kind
me.
of like you. Yeah.
Kind of like me.
Yeah.
I want it a little bit taller so that it can sit down on the floor next to your chair.
Like you're on a Moroccan pillow. And
Yes,
it's kind of
you're
that
on a
kind of a
Moroccan-
chic thing.
yeah,
Okay. Love it. You have a thing in the middle.
I do have a thing in the middle.
That's
so you
cool,
can pick
Raina.
it up and dump it out when it's full, you know?
Yes.
It gets practical.
Ooh, yeah. I'm cooking here.
Just gonna create a little bit of texture with my little piece of metal here.
15 minutes left, everybody.
No. Bad.
She's tall. She's mighty.
Let's hope it just looks good at the end of it.
My hands are shaking.
Are you happy with this one?
Oh, yeah.
It looks great.
Unless I'm completely delusional.
Jackie, you are working on a second one.
Plan A did not work out. I wasn't able to put the decoration on it that I wanted.
Okay. Well, I won't stay with you for too long because you're running out of time.
Yeah,
Oh, she's steamy.
Hot. Doing a notch check. Andrew, you got one notch?
I got it.
Susan's got her notch.
almost forgot the notch.
Where's your notches, Michael?
Got it.
Oh, God. I won't even talk. Get your notches. At least one. 1 minute remaining.
Okay.
Traveling.
Thomas is traveling. Give him some space. Okay. It needs to be on the table, everybody. We are running out of time. Jackie and Kiefer are the last. Jackie, you gotta stop touching it. 5, look at me. 4, 3, 2, 1. Yes! Yes, everybody!
Seth will now judge the ashtrays, but he won't know whose belongs to who. While no one is sent packing after this throwdown, the results from both challenges are taken into consideration at the end of the week.
First of all, great job, everyone. I wish I did not have to rank them 10th to 1st. That being said, in 10th place, whose is this? Michael, I'm sorry. What happened here?
Just went horribly wrong.
I like the idea of it, but yeah, a little saggy. You live and you learn. In 9th place, whose is this?
Mine.
Thomas! You just did something here.
I meant for it to be like a little thumb depression to hold it, but didn't translate.
I'll take your word for that.
Jackie is 8th. Andrew is 7th. Just after Rainu in 6th place. Alice is 5th. And Susan is 4th.
All right, in 3rd place, Elsa. Yeah, see, you carved out a little bit of the bottom there. All this little design. I really, really like it.
Thank you.
In 2nd place, whose is this? Kiefer. Well, great job. It's like super ambitious, honestly, and details are nice. Yeah, great job.
Thank you.
Which makes 1st place, Jen. Hey.
I can't believe it. It's crazy.
I mean, great job. It's the one that, like, you pick it up and it's much lighter than you think it's going to be, and it's, like, so thin and delicate and nice, and it's attached really well. What you want is to pick it up and for it to be, like, lighter than you think it's going to be, and this one, like, really did that.
This smile is not going anywhere for a long time. I still can't believe it. I'm so excited to share this with my boys. They're going to be jumping up and down.
That was not great.
I couldn't be any happier that Jen won. Like, we're both from Winnipeg. Represent. When I came in second from the top, you know, that feels good.
It's day 2 of the main make, and after 24 hours in the kiln, the hometown tributes are ready to be decorated.
What a lovely day.
What the potters won't know is if their pieces have survived the intense heat of the kiln until they've removed the cloth.
I'm hoping that my piece is not in pieces.
My primary concern is, did it crack? Did it explode?
I'm slightly terrified. I've never decorated in my life, but it's gonna be good.
Potters, your hometown creations have been bisque fired and are ready for decorating.
The colors, your glazes, and the applications of all those things are really important.
Don't play it too safe, or you might be left behind.
I look forward to seeing how you use this wide selection of glazes to really capture the magic of glaze.
You have 3.5 hours. Your decorating time starts now.
She survived. Okay.
Nothing exploded.
Yay.
It looks pretty good. Considering what could have happened, you know, I'm relieved.
Everything's intact. She's a hefty baby, but she's doing well.
While some are breathing a deep sigh of relief, Kiefer is sighing for a very different reason.
No. Cracks. Big cracks.
Still beautiful.
It happens. Might have pushed it too hard, I don't know. Plan is to turn this lemon into some lemonade.
And he's not the only one.
How you doing, Sue?
Got a big crack.
Oh, so
Yeah.
girl.
Do you?
We are
Oh,
fine.
What will I do?
See, that happens. You lose a snake. Oh, you snake. Okay, you stay right there. The snake is very important because that's part of the legend. When I apply glaze, I'm gonna do my best to just keep it there.
The Potters have an array of glazes available to them and a wall of sample tiles to reference while making their selections. The first selection are underglazes, which are used to apply color to the clay and can be mixed and layered to create vibrant surfaces and intricate designs.
The first thing I'm doing is I'm just covering everything with like a nice white coat, and then I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna layer up some colors, add some blues and some grays, and really try and add some dimension to that.
I'm trying to use real watery colors for this piece because it is sort of a reference to living in a bayside town.
I'm using different shades of blue to kind of create depth in my sky and to make olds appear inviting, friendly, and mostly sunny.
But in ceramics, all is not what it seems. Glazes can radically change color in the heat of the kiln.
I have no idea what I'm gonna get. Hoping something that resembles an apple.
If I get this angle wrong, I bring shame on my family, on my country.
Decorating's really my unhappy place. I'm actually painting the provincial flower of New Brunswick. It's a violet, and that's where we currently live.
While most potters speed ahead with their decorating, the crew with cracks hatch a plan to fix them.
I brought this, you guys, to make paper clay, and it works really, really well.
Okay.
So here's some for you.
You're an angel. You're an absolute angel. All right.
In ceramics, patch, or modified liquid clay, can be used to repair or cover imperfections.
I've got quite a crack to deal with, so I'll do my best.
Typically made from clay or ceramic materials, Susan is using a more everyday material.
Toilet paper works like a charm for a patching agent.
You are halfway through, Potters.
Whee!
I'm in a very delicate situation right now. This is like surgical.
That's so tiny. Don't kill the snake, don't kill the snake.
While Elsa's finding snake solutions, Kiefer has even bigger fish to fry.
I watched a documentary when I was a young man about gyutaku, which is the art of printing fish, and usually it's done on rice paper. So I thought, is there any way I could do it on a pot?
Amazing. You might be the first fish printer I have met. Good luck.
Thank you so much.
Happy printing.
Lay it in gently. All right.
Ooh.
I apologize for the smell. My bad.
Potter people in the house, you have 1 hour left to this challenge. 1 hour.
We're starting to move into sheer terror at this point.
Oh God, my heart fell through my foot. Scare the crap out of me.
With time ticking by, the Potters are feeling the pressure.
I think I'm getting more nervous as time goes on.
I feel a lot of responsibility with the design because it's my family history, so I want to do it justice.
I love the little cars. They're so cool.
That part's done. This part's just beginning.
This just in, you have 30 minutes left.
I still have a lot left to do.
I'm a little panicked right now.
Hey, I got clear glaze here. Anyone? Hello.
Transparent glaze can enhance the color of the underglaze and can create a glossy protective finish to the final piece.
That'd be bad if I just dropped it in there.
While the dipping method of applying glaze works for some, others are using a more meticulous approach.
I'm feeling a bit stressed right now. I have to cover these all with clear glaze, and so I don't want to dip it because I don't want to make it super shiny, and I just kind of want shine here and there in the raised areas.
My friends, you have 5 minutes left.
Oh my God.
Go, go, go.
5 minutes.
Who could use more time? I'm making a call to the judges. No, I cannot give you more time. I'm so sorry.
No.
3, 2, 1. Potter's brush is down.
We did it.
The hometown tributes will now be in the safe hands of studio technician Vin, who will take them for their final firing, which will activate the colors of their underglazes to full vibrancy. The next time the Potters will see them will be when they're revealed in front of the judges.
That way.
If it's cracked, if it's damaged in any form, I think I'm gonna have a little bit of a breakdown. It's a piece of home.
That was one of the most wild experiences of my life. I'm relieved it's over.
There were some issues, but I just went step by step by step by step, and hopefully it'll be okay.
So I'm crossing all my fingers, toes, and everything.
It's Judgment Day. The hometown creations have had their final 24-hour firing at 1,000 degrees Celsius. They won't see their finished work until it's revealed to the judges.
Hey.
Welcome to the presentation gallery. Today is our first judgment day. It's gonna be okay. Let's all just take a breath. Shall we get started? Okay. Thomas.
Hello, hello.
It's time.
It's time.
Let's do the unveiling.
My cry?
Oh, yes. This speaks to your hometown?
This speaks to my people, my country, and me.
I think what you've got is really evocative of the abundance in Trinidad.
Thank you.
So it looks like you used not only a lot of underglazes with all the color here, but this is metal.
Yeah, that's the palladium.
Your painting has picked up all of the detail that you put in on the sculpted elements, but I'd love to see some added textures. But your application is stunning.
Thank you so much,
Yeah,
Thomas.
it's so great.
Well
Great
done.
work.
Thank you.
Good job. Hi, Jen. It's time.
All right.
Wow. It's so pretty. I love how these little hats are so vibrant.
Yeah, I really love the playful narrative, the scale. They feel like toys or like I could play with it.
And I think when you're doing something so detail-oriented, you really want to get in here and look at it. And then when I look out and see these children have no faces, for example, it's a little horrifying. And so maybe add faces to these kids next time.
Absolutely.
Good job.
Thank you.
See ya.
Thanks.
Kiefer.
How you doing?
Any butterflies?
Oh, yeah, I have no idea what's going on in here.
I got butterflies for you.
I'm excited to see it. Oh, wow!
Sick.
The print is really successful, but sometimes when you're wheel throwing, because you're adding a lot of water, can dilute those rocks and those grit and cause cracking.
I mean, yeah, there's some cracks. The risk of doing the fish and the risk of doing that is like what makes this like not a big cracked platter and instead makes it like something really pretty and special. So great job.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Are you ready? I'm sweating. Let's do it. Come on.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Oh, it's snug.
It's snug. Oh, yeah. And look at that.
What's inside?
There's a surprise inside.
It's the eggs.
I do love that you've used glazes in such a beautiful way. It's done a really nice thing to kind of create depth.
And if I'm being hard, I throw a lot of vessels of that shape. Sometimes those can have a little more lift to them, and this one feels a little squat.
Well, I can't wait for the eggs to hatch and for us all to raise these as a family.
It really captures the movement and fluidity of the water, and it contrasts texturally.
How are you feeling?
I'm feeling a little emotional, to be honest, thinking back to my great-great-grandmother, and I just think she'd be really proud.
You're like inviting people to like interact with it, and I think that's really cool.
Very successful optical illusion.
Thank you.
I love that you're falling back on your skills as a painter, creating that effect of the shadow. Where it does kind of get a little funky is where this color gets a bit muddy.
I was noticing that too, yeah. It's really impressive. If I had one criticism, it's like very literal.
It's very spelled out.
Yeah. But it's very beautiful and well executed. Great work.
Thank you so much.
It's so pretty. Does it feel like it represents your hometown and the story you were trying to tell?
Yeah, you know what? It's kind of a love letter to my family.
These are like made well, and none of them cracked at all.
I know, I'm surprised.
I like how it's like impressionistic as well.
Congratulations.
Yeah, great job, Alice.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Perfect. That snake is there.
You've done a wonderful homage to home. I think your overall narrative is quite wonderful, and the rendering of the buildings and the ziggurat is gorgeous.
There's no cracks or anything.
It is beautifully solid and really well. Take a look in there. We wanted to see into your world, and you've created this little half of a globe for us.
A little world.
Great work.
Well
Wonderful
done,
job.
Elsa.
Wonderful.
What's your first impression when you see it? Is it what you expected?
Well, I'm really pleased.
You tried to fix that crack. I saw you doing all sorts of MacGyver stuff in there.
That's right. I've never really thrown a lidded casserole before, so that was a challenge for me.
The lid fit is a little loose.
I feel like you could use much more underglaze. It just feels a little unrefined.
Fair comment.
Yeah.
These sculpted elements inside are among my favorite parts. Your use of texturing works so well.
Great work.
Yeah, good job. Hi, Michael.
Hey.
Let's do it.
Be careful.
Yes.
Does this feel like an appropriate tribute to your hometown?
I think the flowers look pretty good for never painting flowers before.
The glaze that you've used, it's really quite beautiful.
They're really pretty. If I had like one criticism, the proportions of the pot and the flowers are a little off. They're kind of getting swallowed by it a little bit.
But it does tell a really nice story of where you've lived.
And it's ambitious.
You're the gambler of the group, Michael. Look at
Real wild
you.
card.
The judges' kindness was super encouraging, and even if I go home today, just their feedback was amazing.
There were some issues with cracking. I'm sort of nervous, and I really would like to stay around.
I'm I'm a kid from the garage, so being told that I'm a solid thrower, that feels good, right? But there's definitely things that I could have tightened up.
First week, first main make. How are we feeling about what got produced?
I was almost hoping something would just catastrophically fail to the degree that it would make this decision very easy. That didn't happen, unfortunately. It's a real bummer.
Let's talk Potter of the Week then. Who are we thinking?
Jackie's piece was a very beautifully thought out design, great concept behind it, and very good execution.
That's the one I would want in my home the most.
So who's another top Potter for you this week, Seth?
You know, I really like Michael's piece. I honestly just kept looking at it, and I found it was something that really drew my eye.
For my money, it was Elsa. She showed us a lot of technical skills.
Yeah, she made that little eagle with the snake. That alone gets you in the top 2.
Who didn't do so well this week?
Unfortunately, Susan's piece, I just didn't quite get it. It was not very successfully done, and on top of it, it was cracked as well.
Kiefer's did have cracking issues. I was concerned that he was playing it a little safe. It seems like these techniques that he used are ones that he uses all the time.
I have another thing I would add. Kiefer did better than Susan in the throwdown. He almost won. It could have gone either way for sure.
Have you reached a decision? Okay, we're gonna take another 10 hours to talk. Potters, the judges have reached their decision. This part is a mixed bag. We get to announce this week's Potter of the Week, and then we also have to send someone home. So let's start with the good part. This week's Potter of the Week is Elsa.
Thank you.
Congratulations, your piece will now go permanently into the throwdown gallery. Okay, and now for the not so fun part. The Potter going home this week is Susan.
Oh.
I'm so sorry, Susan.
I'm proud of myself because I navigated a lot of calamity. I just kept going and I just kept trying to make it work.
We love you so much.
It's all good, you guys. I'm good.
You are amazing.
Susan, we hope that you are going to continue telling your stories through your work. We're looking forward to seeing what you do in the future.
Thank you.
And I'm just going to give you a hug.
Oh, thanks, Jen.
Nana Sue, my buddy, that breaks my heart. And she gave me a little pat on the shoulder and told me I was a good son. I was like,
Great job.
Oh.
So nice meeting you.
I'll miss hanging out with all those lively souls.
Elsa's hometown creation is the first work that Vin will place in the Throwdown Gallery.
Elsa's piece was technically incredibly complicated, told a great story, and also was really beautifully made.
Elsa's amazing, and I think that she deserved Potter of the Week. She's a beacon of light.
I think tonight I'm not gonna sleep at all. I'm gonna review everything because I still cannot believe it.